With the rise of indie gaming over the years, we've seen a variety of new and exciting titles that tweak various aspects of the action platformer. Games like Super Meat Boy, Limbo, and Fez have provided vastly different types of experiences to this incredibly well-established genre. With Celeste, the team at Matt Makes Games adds their own spin to the 2D platforming formula. It's a title that provides superb platforming tied with a charming and engaging storyline. Celeste has a character-driven narrative revolving around a girl named Madeline and her goal of climbing Celeste Mountain. As the game progresses, Madeline faces various obstacles that make the trip to the top much more difficult. The story focuses on internal struggle, while making good use of a small yet interesting cast of characters. The highlight of the story was near the end. The developers successfully melded a narrative-based event with the gameplay mechanics in a seamless manner, which fit nicely with the pace of the plot progression and really got me excited for the climax. Besides that, it's a story that's notably unique in the medium of video games despite having similar elements to Silent Hill 2 or Persona 4. When it comes down to the gameplay, Celeste is one of those easy to learn, tough to master sorts of experiences. The controls are tight and responsive, while the movement works effectively with a variety of level-based mechanics. Madeline has a dash move that resets whenever she stands or interacts with level-specific items. It's a straightforward mechanic that surprisingly added a lot more depth to tackling each level. Oftentimes, the levels had me thinking about ways to reset the dash. Celeste is a decently challenging game that teaches the player implicitly through smart level design as well as through depth. It does a good job teaching the player new level mechanics without directly telling them. Generally speaking, the game teaches the player by having them experiment with the levels. Celeste excels in mechanical variety as each level provides its own unique mechanics. Near the end of the game, there's even a sort of mechanics medley similar to how the Devil May Cry games had those late game boss rushes, but with mechanics. My favorite mechanic was the weird Velocity Galaxy box in the second chapter. It's like this cool box you can dash through at high speeds. I like it because it excels in providing momentum-heavy platforming. Sadly, Celeste is not as speed-focused as Super Meat Boy. Regardless, that is just a preference. More often than not, each level screen resulted in many deaths due to the required precision and practice needed to progress. The game counts all the player's deaths as the adversity one faces when climbing a mountain is part of the journey itself. Each level screen has a checkpoint, which allowed the designers to raise the overall difficulty of the platforming while being considerate of the player's time. After all, life systems are remnants of the past that don't appeal to anyone besides the excessively hardcore, the nostalgic, and the masochistic. Where the base game is generally not too hard, the developers constantly tempt players with collectible strawberries throughout the levels. These collectibles provide avenues for the player to try their hand at platforming that really puts their skills to the test. To obtain a strawberry, you need to make contact with it and then reach a safe platform for the game to register to collectible. This adds an additional degree of challenge to the experience due to the need to return safely after a successful retrieval. Visually, the rudimentary sprite art is somewhat lackluster. However, in motion, it looks pretty good as the colorful environments feel a lot more alive. Regardless, I wasn't too fond of the non-sprite art based character portraits as it conflicted with the visual consistency of the game. The clean-cut portrait art and dialogue windows felt out of place when contrasted with the sprite-based levels and character models. When it comes down to the music, Celeste is superb. I really enjoyed the soundtrack as it flows well with the levels as well as the drama-heavy cutscenes. One detail that stuck out to me was that the music would get amped up after specific scenes, which really got me more invested during those moments. Celeste is yet another indie platforming game that hits it out of the park. It easily earns its place among the greats. The clear highlights of the game would have to be the music, story, and gameplay. While the visuals weren't much to write home about, they were absolutely serviceable. Overall, it's a game that I definitely recommend for those that enjoy challenging platformers. Thanks for watching the review. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video and consider subscribing to my channel. If you want more, here are some of my other videos. See you all next time when I meticulously break down why video games and reading are better than watching movies.